save selections and alpha channel masks. How to save selections and alpha channel masks. Make out parts of an image. About masks, by the way, and alpha channels. When you select part of an image, the area that is not selected is masked or protected from editing. And so when you create a mask, you isolate and protect areas of an image as you apply color changes, by the way, and filters or other effects to the rest of the image. And you can also use masks for complex image editing, such as gradually applying color or filter effects to an image, like this screenshot now. Examples of masks. We have here now examples of masks. AS meaning opaque, mask used to protect the background. Opaque mask used to protect the background and edit the butterfly. And B is meaning opaque, mask used to protect the butterfly and cover the background. And C is meaning that semi-transparent, mask used to color the background and part of the butterfly. By the way, masks are stored in alpha channels, and masks and channels are grayscale images, and so you can edit them like any other image, by the way, with painting tools and editing tools and filters, and areas painted black on a mask are protected and areas painted white are editable. And use quick mask mode to convert a selection to a temporary mask for easier editing, and the quick mask appears as a colored overlay with adjustable opacity. And you can edit also the quick mask using any painting tool or modify it with a filter once you exit quick mask mode, and the mask is converted actually back to a selection one on the image. And to save a selection more permanently, you can store it as an alpha channel, and the alpha channel stores the selection as an editable and grayscale mask in the channels panel. Once you store the selection as an alpha channel, you can reload it at any time, or even load it into another image. Like this screenshot now. This screenshot now, selection saved as an alpha channel in a channels panel. And note here, please, you can you can mask or hide parts of a layer using a layer mask. And how to create and edit alpha channel masks. You can create a new alpha channel and then use painting tools and editing tools and filters to create a mask from the alpha channel. And you can also save an existing selection in a Photoshop image as an alpha channel that appears in the channels panel. And how to create an alpha channel mask using current options. We have two steps here now. Number one, click the new channel button, this icon at the bottom of the channels panel. After that, number two, paint on the new channel to make out image areas, and select areas of the image before you create the channel for the mask, and then paint on the channel to refine the mask. How to create an alpha channel mask and set options. We have a step here now. 3 steps. Step number 1. Alt click if you use Windows, or Option click if you use macOS. Then the new channel button at the bottom of the channels panel, or choose new channel from the channels panel menu. Number 2. You should specify options in the new channel dialog box. Number 3. Paint on the new channel to mask out image areas. How to edit channel options. To change options for an existing channel, double click the channel thumbnail in the channels panel, or select the channel options from the channels panel menu. After that, options available in the new channel, by the way, and the channel options dialog boxes. We have options here now. Masked areas is meaning that set masked areas to black opaque, and selected areas to white transparent, and painting with black increases the masked area, painting with white increases the selected area, by the way. And when this option is selected, the quick mask button in the toolbox becomes a white circle on a gray background. That's fine. After that, selected areas function What's the meaning? Sets masked areas to white transparent and selected areas to black opaque. And painting with white increases the masked area, painting with black increases the selected area. And when this option is selected, the quick mask, by the way, the quick mask button in the toolbox becomes a gray circle on a white background. That's great. After that, what about spot color? Spot color is meaning converts an alpha channel to a spot color channel and only available for existing channels. After that, a color. What's the meaning color? Color is the meaning sets the color and opacity of the mask, and then click the color field to change the color and opacity, setting effect only the appearance of the mask and have no effect on how underlying areas are protected. And changing this setting may make the mask more easily visible against the color in the image. Paint on a channel to mask image areas. How to paint on a channel to mask image area? When the new channel appears at the bottom of the channels panel, is the only channel visible, by the way, in the image window, and click the eye icon for the composite color channel RGB or CMYK to display the image with a color overlay showing the mask. And then select the brush or an editing tool and do one of the following to add or subtract from the mask created from the alpha channel. Remove areas in the new channel paint with white and add areas in the new channel paint with black, and add or remove areas using opacities less than 100%. Set the opacity in the options bar of the painting or editing tool and then paint with white or black. And you can also paint with a color to achieve lower opacities. How to save and delete selections. How to save and delete selections. You can save any selection as mask in a new or existing alpha channel, by the way, and later reload the selection from the mask. And you can also use a selection as a layer mask by loading the selection to make it active and then adding a new layer mask. And how to save a selection to a new channel. How to save a selection to a new channel? We have two steps. Number one, you should to select the area or areas of the image you want to isolate. Step number two, click the Save Selection button, this icon at the bottom of the channels panel, and a new channel appears named according to the sequence in which it was created. And how to save a selection to a new or existing channel. We have steps here now. Step number one, use a selection tool to select the area or areas of the image you want to isolate. Number two, choose select, then choose save selection. Number three, specify the following in the save selection dialog box and click OK. And what about document? Document is meaning it chooses a destination image for the selection. By default, the selection is placed in a channel in your active image, and you can choose to save the selection to a channel in other open image with the same pixel dimensions or to a new image. And the channel is meaning that it chooses a destination channel for the selection by default, and the selection is saved in a new channel. And you can choose to save the selection to any existing channel in the selected image or to a layer mask if the image contains layers. Step number four, if you are saving the selection as a new channel, type a name for the channel in the name text box. And step number five, if you are saving the selection to an existing channel, select how to combine the selections. And you have many options here now. Option number one, replace a channel. Replace a channel is meaning replaces the current selection in the channel. And add to channel, it's meaning adds the selection to the current channel contents. And subtract from channel, it's meaning deletes the selection from the channel contents. And intersect with the channel, it's meaning that keeps the areas of the new selection that intersect with the channel contents. And you can also select the channel from the channels panel to see the saved selection displayed in grayscale. And how to load a saved selection from the channels panel. How to load a saved selection from the channels panel. You can reuse a previously saved selection by loading it into an image, and you can also load the selection into an image after you finish modifying an alpha channel. And you should do the following. Number 1, select the alpha channel, then click the load selection button and at the bottom of the panel, and then click the composite color channel near the top of the panel. That's fine. After that, drag the channel containing the selection you want to load onto the load selection button. After that, control click if you use Windows, or command click if you use macOS, and the channel containing the selection you want to load. And to add the mask to an existing selection, press Control Shift if you use Windows, or Command Shift if you use macOS, and then click the channel. After that, to subtract the mask from an existing selection, press Control Alt if you use Windows, or Command Options if you use macOS, and then click the channel. After that, to load the intersection of the saved selection and an existing selection, press Ctrl Alt Shift if you use Windows, or Command Option Shift if you use macOS, and then select the channel. And you can drag a selection from one open Photoshop image into another, by the way. And how to load a saved selection. Note here, please. If you are loading a saved selection from another image, make sure to open it, and also make sure your destination image is active, by the way. And you have steps here again. Step number 1, you have to choose select, then choose load selection. After that, step number 2, specify. You should specify the source options in the load selection dialog box. And you have 3 options here now in this step. Option number 1, document. Document is meaning it chooses the source to load. And the channel is meaning it chooses the channel containing the selection you want to load. And the invert. Invert is meaning selects the non-selected areas. Step number 3. Select an operation option to specify how to combine the selections if the image already has a selection. We have many options here. 4 options again. New selection is meaning adds the loaded selection, and add to selection is meaning adds the loaded selection to any existing selections in the image, and subtract from selections is meaning that subtract the loaded selection from existing selections in the image, and intersect with selection is meaning saves a selection from an area intersected by the loaded selection and existing selections in the image. And you can also drag a selection from one open Photoshop image into another.